So, the Ekpyrotic Theory states that the Big Bang was actually just the collision of the two sister universes, one being our own and the other being our parallel brain, which is a three-dimensional universe. This is a basic model of the Ekpyrotic Theory and how it works, though the Ekpyrotic Theory is only applicable when incorporated into something called the cyclic universe theory. The Ekpyrotic Theory cannot stand alone, though within the cyclic model it gives a complete cosmic history of our universe. The cyclic universe model is the most commonly observed model to the start of our universe. It says that our universe infinitely begins with a Big Bang, then reverts to a state of a Big Crunch. A Big Bang occurs every trillion years, and the Big Crunch is what happens exactly after the Big Bang. Scientists have calculated down to the millisecond before and after the Big Bang, but they don't know exactly what happened during the occurrence of a Big Bang. Other than the Big Bang is the transformation of energy into matter and radiation. The only thing that we have left over from the Big Bang, other than our entire universe, is things referred to as cosmic microwaves. The cosmic microwave background is important in explaining the Ekpyrotic Theory because it gives proof to the collision of the two sister universes, which I'll get into later. The Big Crunch is what occurs directly after the Big Bang. It's the significant decrease in volume of the entire universe. Fun fact, some scientists have theorized that the Big Crunch will be our inevitable demise because eventually our universe will stop expanding and will create a black hole that will suck in everything, including our universe, into it, and that'll be the end of our universe. Pretty fun, right? This is a simplified version of the cyclic universe model that shows the distinct relationship between the volume of the universe during the Big Bang versus during the Big Crunch over an infinite amount of time. So our two sister universes move within the fourth dimension, which interestingly enough, in the Ekpyrotic Theory is not a time dimension. It's actually another spatial dimension that we live within, yet we cannot observe because we live in a 3D universe, and the fourth dimension is what our two 3D universes live inside. So it's not observable to us as humans, but we still live within, technically, the fourth dimension. Quantum physics causes the two sister universes to ripple within the movement in the fourth dimension. So the two sister universes, they start and they move towards each other, and the fourth dimension ripples the two universes as they move towards each other in something called the oscillation cycle, which just means they're moving towards each other, causing a Big Bang, and then moving back. So these ripples explain something I mentioned earlier, the cosmic microwave background. The cosmic microwave background is what scientists use as proof of the Big Bang, which is scattered hot and cold spots of radiation throughout our universe. But there's no pattern, so this is why the scientists have just concluded that our Big Bang was just an explosion because of the scattered pattern. But in the Ekpyrotic Theory, the reason the cosmic microwave background don't have any pattern is because the rippling of the two sister brains in the fourth dimension causes them to meet at different times, which would make the different hot and cold spots scattered because they meet at different times. So the scientists that are in favor of the Ekpyrotic Theory use the proof of the cosmic microwave background to support this theory. But the scientists that are against it use the fact that the calculations for the two universes, they have to be so precisely in parallel that even if the distance between them is increased by 10 to the 30th power, they still cannot be moved out of parallel by more than 10 to the negative 60th. So essentially, that means that even if the distance between the parallel universe was vastly different, that they couldn't be moved slightly out of place without the theory crumbling and it not actually working. So what exactly is the Ekpyrotic Theory? It's essentially just giving another explanation for the Big Bang. I used a parachute as a simplified visual model for the Ekpyrotic Theory. Imagine the ground to the floor as the fourth dimension. The parachute represents the movement of only one of the sister universes rippling along this dimension. This is a good model in explaining the cosmic microwave background, how the universes meet at different times. While this theory may seem complicated, it's nothing more than a child's gymnasium toy.